Hello, the Strand. Here is my entire bank account. Do with it what you will. Hey everybody, I'm Catherine and I'm here today with this week's Top 10 Tuesday. So this week's Top 10 Tuesday is a freebie. So basically we can pick whatever we want and give our top 10 list for it. So for the sake of summer, even though it's like super cold here right now and you need a coat and everything and it's definitely not summer, I decided to go with my top 10 books that I want to read over this summer. As always, Top 10 Tuesday is hosted over at the Broken the Bookish. They've been doing it for years. It is super fun, open to everybody. You just make your list, you post it online, and you put the link from the direct site right into the link and you get added to the list, and that's it. It offers you the ability to find different blogs you might not have found otherwise, and subsequently for other people to find you as well. So I was able to kind of break this down into 5 young adult books and or series that I want to read this summer, and 5 new adult / adult books and or series that I want to read this summer in order to make the full 10. So I am going to just get right into it for you. So the first book that I want to read this summer is the second one in a series, and I actually want to read the whole series as well. And that is Pure by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is her Covenant series. I finally, last summer, I think, got the last book. I've read the first book and the first novella, and I loved them. So I want to see where this goes. It is comparable to a certain degree to The Vampire Academy, but it is still vastly, vastly different. And this is actually, I think, the first book that she's ever, the first series that she's ever really published. So I really want to read some of her earlier stuff before I get, and also read more of her adult and new adult stuff this summer as well. So it's just going to be the JLA summer. I want to read Fairest by Marissa Meyer, especially before winter comes out this fall. I can't wait to read this one. I love a good villain story just to get the origin of why they are so wrong. And I'm kind of hoping it gives me some compassion towards Levana, but at the same time, I am totally Team Cinder on this one. Next up this summer, I want to read Pushing the Limits by Katie McGarry. I want to read all of the books in this series, especially if I really enjoy the first one, like I think I will. And I'm actually really hoping to be able to pick up the 3rd and the 4th in hardcover at the Strand when I'm in New York next week. Fingers crossed I can find them, since otherwise I'll have to scour either Book Depot or Amazon for them. But I like all my books to match, so it's all good. Next, I want to read Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I've heard mixed reviews on this one, and I really want to go in and make my own decision on it. I've had friends who've really liked it. I've had friends who have really not liked it, and people who've fallen kind of in the spectrum between. So I'm curious about this. I think I'm going to do it partially in audiobook as well. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I want to read Tiger's Curse and all of the other books in the series by Colleen Hooke. I've heard amazing, amazing, amazing things about this series. It was originally only available on Kindle or ebook, and they got published. So I'm curious. It's pretty hefty though, so I'll have to only read it where I can easily support it. Although maybe it'll be a workout for my arms this summer. So yeah, bonus. I want to read The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks. Now, I am not usually a big Sparks fan. I do want to see this movie though. The movie looks really cute, but I always like reading the book first because the book is always better, usually. I want to read the Glass trilogy by Maria V. Snyder. I've read all of her other books except for Shadow Study, which just came out, and that's of course also being lumped in with all of the Snyder books I have not finished reading yet. But I want to read about Opal, and I want her trilogy, and I want to see where it goes, and then I want to read Shadow Study. So there's a method to the madness here. Next, I want to finish reading the Rosemary Beach series by Abbi Glines. I am so excited. I get to meet her next week on Friday. I'm kind of freaking out a little. But oh my god, I can't wait to read this. I loved the first 2 books in this series, and I have all of them except the most recently released one, which I believe I might be able to get in New York. So, yes, but I need to know more about Blair and Rush and everything, and I don't want to say any more because I don't want to give it away if you haven't read the first book. So, yeah, more of this. Another author I get to meet at BEA, and of course I want to read her books this summer, is K.A. Tucker, and this is her first book, 10 Tiny Breaths. I want to read this series. I want to read the Burying Water Becoming Rain series, which is out, and yes, like I want to read all her books. All my friends who are into the new adult have read these and loved them. Like, rave review, loved them. So I can't wait to sink my teeth into these ones really soon this summer. And last but not least, I want to read Nash by Jay Crownover, and subsequently all of Jay Crownover's other books that I haven't read. I can't remember. I kind of have an inkling she might be at BEA, which I'm so excited about. Oh my god! Next week. A week from now, I'll be in New York City. It'll be so much fun. But that's not the point here. The point is I want to read these books. I read the first 3 last summer and just like totally binged on them. And then I was like, okay, I need to take a break a little. Just a little break. And then books happened. So yeah, I want to read these. I loved her Marked Men series. They've been so good so far. And I can't wait to read these ones. I have the review for the first 3 Marked Men, I believe, on my channel somewhere. You can go and check it out there. Now, if you haven't already checked it out, I have been doing a weekend series on Abbi Glines' other series, her Sea Breeze series. This is the Rosemary Beach series. So if you want to go and check those out, they are awesome as well. I just finished reading the entire series. So I have all of the books ready for review. And I'm just like, I need more. Especially after the ending. Like, I need more. So I'm really excited I have these ones to read. It might help squelch some of that need for more Sea Breeze. And that's it for me today. That is my Top 10 Tuesday, the books on my shelf that I want to read this summer. There are tons of books that I have that I want to read this summer that aren't yet on my shelf. That is like totally ominous foreshadowing for how next week is going to go. So until next time, guys, happy reading.